After 10 years in the same save, the scary for rent bug finally took it down. Most of the old builds were left behind, but some were worth bringing into what eventually became my current save, called my rundown save. Revisited is all about bringing the best builds from my old save into my new one. Some of these builds need more than a simple move from one save to another. In my experience, all builds that has been sitting in a game for more than 6 months needs maintenance. CC breaks and needs replacing, or something I loved when I first built it simply doesn't work for me anymore. So bringing these selected builds into the new save also means maintenance and small updates, and that's what we are looking at today. I'll work my way through all the builds I'm bringing into the new save and update the download files with both the builds and their CC. Not all of them will get a video here, so make sure to check out my Patreon for all the revisited updates. It will get its own collection, so they are easy to find. My new save feels much more connected. The builds, the backstories and gameplay all belong to the same world. A sim living in San Myshuno can be from Mount Komorebi, with family still living there, and that connection matters when I play. I started sketching my own connecting world map, inspired by some brilliant creators who have done the same. I may finish and share it at some point, but either way, having a map gives every place a location, a history, and a connection to the rest of the world. It also makes me think about how my sims travel from one place to another, which is probably why I love building airports almost as much as hotels. The Plaza still needed to feel like the Plaza, so I kept what worked, replaced what didn't, and added just enough wear and detail to make it belong in my rundown save. In my game, a decent part of my sims passes through a hotel. I don't build that many starter homes. I build a lot of hotels though. A lot. You know when you suddenly discover an amazing creator or your favorite creator just uploaded 10 new sims and you immediately decide that every single one of them belongs in your game? Yeah, that's where hotels come in handy. I use them as story incubators, somewhere new sims can stay before I know exactly where they belong. I let them move in, play for a while, and sooner or later the gameplay takes over. Their background stories start to form, their future begins to fall in place, and eventually I know where they're going next. And because this is The Sims, there are also a few practical hacks for making a functional hotel. The beds are one of those little gameplay tricks. I use double bed frames with single beds placed inside of them. When I run the hotel with the getaway setup or build my hotel as a custom venue, every guest gets their own bed, which the system requires. That means 2 sims can still look like they checked in together and share a room. Tiny detail, very important for my gameplay. Gameplay-wise, I switch between the getaway systems and the small business setup. The lots can be everything from custom venue, restaurants, cafes or residential, depending on what I want from the hotel build. The 2 systems and the choice of lot give me very different kinds of hotel gameplay. And even though the custom venue lot type comes with a painfully long loading time, it's a very, very clever feature once it's set up. With small business on a residential lot, I can move sims into the hotel and keep them there for as long as I want. That works especially well for me because I use hotels for more than holidays. They are also temporary homes for sims who are still waiting for the story to take shape. Hope it makes sense, otherwise reach out. I know quite a lot about how to run a functional hotel in The Sims, and I'm pretty friendly, if I may say so myself. If you're wondering how I get this many sims to sit, talk, drink, wait around and generally make the hotel feel busy without trying to control 30 sims at once, a lot of them are Deco Sims. For me, that kind of background detail is just as important as using tool, debug and live edit content when I build. Deco Sims are absolute game changers for commercial builds, at least I think so. Especially hotels, restaurants and airports, places that need to feel busy. I will link some of my favorite Deco Sim creators on my Patreon since the beginning, where you will also find the revisited version of the Plaza Hotel. And with that, the Plaza is ready to welcome Sims again. If you have a newly made Sim still waiting for the destiny, a Sim freshly divorced, or a family whose house you just bulldozed because you suddenly had a much better idea, the updated Plaza Hotel is ready to download. If you enjoy build tours mixed with gameplay and storytelling, please consider subscribing. It would make me very happy to know you might join me again. I'm EverSave. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time my gameplay turns into a story, a build, or both.
Les lueurs des cafés dansent lentement.